What's up, guys? Eric here. I've got Nvidia earnings here, just came out. Want to give you a quick update here. So Nvidia stock is down. It's down about 7%. It's been kind of gyrating between 10 and 6%. We'll look at a chart here in a little bit, and I'll show you where it's at, where it might go. Nvidia stock falls on light guidance. I think the guidance was too bad, but it was a little bit light. So Nvidia reported first quarter earnings, EPS, $1.36 adjusted versus $1.29 expected. So that's a beat. Revenue, $8.29 billion versus $8.11 billion. So it was a beat on top and bottom lines. What's the problem? Well, guidance. So revenue for the current quarter would be about $8.1 billion. That was under analysts' expectations of $8.54 billion. Nvidia stock is down over 43% so far in 2022. It ran really hard after that split last year. So Jensen Huang, the CEO, he said here in a quote, challenging macro environment, surprise. We haven't heard that, right? Supply chain issues. In a statement, he said, the company's operating expenses increased 35% year over year to $1.6 billion on a non-GAAP basis. So everything's getting more expensive for everybody. We're still feeling it. Nvidia said its revenue in the current quarter would be $500 million lower than it would have been if it not been for the Russia-Ukraine war, as well as the COVID lockdowns in China. So I've been saying this, guys, this year got a lot worse when we had Russia, Ukraine, and of course the China lockdowns are dumping gasoline on the fire, so to speak. So we've been saying that in the live streams every Saturday over and over again. Nvidia continues to increase its revenue strongly, still seeing robust demand for its graphic processors. Total sales were up 46% year over year, and its core business of data center and gaming both grew during the quarter. So data center business, which sells chips for cloud computing companies, it's a big part of their business, of course. They're in everything from gaming and AI and you name it. That grew 83% annually. That's big, guys, to $3.75 billion, surpassing the company's core gaming business. So that is huge to note. That sells graphic cards for 3D games. That grew 31% annually to $3.62 billion. Some people worried about cryptocurrencies impacting it. Didn't seem like it was much of an issue. Nvidia said the growth in gaming was driven by graphics card for laptops and chips for gaming consoles. Nvidia makes the chip for the heart of the Nintendo Switch. So results in the smaller lines of business were mixed. So you got the professional visualization for workstations that grew 67% annually. It's still a pretty small part of their business, $622 million. The company's automotive business, surprisingly, was down 10%, or maybe not surprisingly, depending on how you look at it, but 10% on a year-over-year basis to $138 million. That did surprise me, honestly. Earlier this month, Nvidia announced it had reached a settlement with the SEC over disclosures 2017. Listen to this. They also said they want to do an additional $15 billion in share buybacks. I believe there was already a couple $billion left in the last buyback. So they've got $15 billion plus in share buybacks and dividends in the first quarter. It spent $2.1 billion here on share buybacks and dividends in the first quarter, and they want to authorize another $15 billion in share buybacks through the end of this year. That should help the share price. Earlier this year, Nvidia terminated the large purchase of ARM. We were worried this wasn't going to get passed because Department of Justice, antitrust. Nvidia said it paid $1.35 billion in termination charges, which came out to a negative impact of 52 cents. That's a one-time deal, though, so going forward, we won't have the issue. Let's take a look at the valuation, the chart, see where the stock might go. So this does pay a tiny dividend, 0.1%. It's a 16-cent dividend, worth noting. It was a 41.99 P/E ratio before the drop. And you can see the numbers are pretty solid overall. It's a good company. The stock is down. You can see price performance 52-week is 3.47%. But, it's down significantly from its highs. And we'll look at a chart here in a second. So I'm going to pull up a chart here in a second, guys. Right now, after hours, it's down 7.32% at $157. Now, I'm going to show you a chart and show you what happened to this where it bottomed out. P/E ratio 44. We showed the dividend yield. It's pretty small. It's like 0.094%. Now, this is a $425 billion market cap. It was even bigger than that, of course, at the top, and it's come down quite a bit. You can see a 5-year chart. It ran really hard, topped out into 330 or so and came back. If you look at the chart on this, guys, I'll just kind of zoom this out. You can see 346, actually, 47 was the top up here. Back in November, where all of tech and the QQQ kind of bottomed out, or not bottomed out, but kind of topped out. And since then, it's been a downtrend, of course. Now this stock bounced off of 155, and that's kind of where it's holding right now. It's post-market 156.75. I wouldn't be surprised to see it kind of hold 155, but it could always go lower if the market sells off. If it goes lower, you're probably looking $10 increments. This is something I've owned since the $30 range. I've had it long term. I'm still holding it. I'm up, several 100% on it. And it's probably 5% or so of my position. I'm continuing to hold it. So this video, guys, I do have to announce this video is sponsored by the Motley Fool. If you want to see the top 10 stocks to buy now, please visit fool.com/firedupwealth. But hopefully this video was helpful. I like this stock long. It's in every secular growth trend imaginable, from AI to autonomous driving to data centers, gaming. I mean, you name it, on and on and on. These guys touch everything: metaverse, crypto, all of it. Nvidia, it's, in my opinion, a must-own stock. Still expensive if you really want to look at this environment, but I think worth the premium at $150 a share, probably worth an ad. I'm not a financial advisor, can't tell you what to buy or sell. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Click the bell to get notifications. Click the like button. Drop me a comment. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.